Yes, my name is Mwalimu Sam Nyamu. Welcome to this show today. And today I want us to speak about kukaliwa ama kukaziwa. Wanajua wale wazazi ambao wanakaziana, wanajua wale walimu ambao wanakaziana, the permissive parenting style. Hii ni ile ya kababa na kamami. Amemwaga maziwa, kamami usifanye hiyo tena. Amevunja TV, kababa hiyo ni mbaya, usifanye hivyo tena. And then you find that this particular Yes, my name is Mwalimu Sam Nyamu. I am a life coach and today I want us to speak about kukaliwa ama kukaziwa. It is something that is very popular among the generation today. Once in a while, if you live among them ama unakaa na wao kama mimi, it's next to impossible to have them have a very long conversation without having the mention of the word kukaliwa ama kukaziwa. Wanajua wale wazazi ambao wanakaziana, wanajua wale walimu ambao wanakaziana, wanajua wazazi wale wanakaziana, na kama ni mzazi kuna wa kiume na wa kike, wanajua ni nani ambaye anakaziana sana. And therefore if you find that there is something that is getting very popular with them, the best way to react towards it is to actually address it and also create your intentionally study that particular phrase, because out of it you could be able to come up with solution to a problem that is probably among them. When you're speaking about kukaliwa, every time they are speaking about kukalia, siwa wanajikalia na wanaongea juu ya kukaliwa na kukaliana because it comes from the parents. So definitely it's people that are older than them. Tunaongea juu ya watu ambao ni wakubwa kuwaliko, those people that can be termed as parents, those people that can be termed as mentors. Speaking of people like teachers and so on and so forth. And when you speak about kukaliwa, it is not possible to speak about it without mentioning the 4 types of parenting styles. They are called the psychological types of parenting styles. But we have the first one, which is called authoritative parenting style. When you speak about the authoritative parenting style, ni wale wazazi ambao wanaweza kupatia mtoto freedom, but then it is a freedom that is limited. It is a freedom with limit. So they don't allow these children to explore to the maximum. There are limits to which level they are supposed to have that particular kind of a parent. This is a parent that can negotiate with the child. They can be able to reason together with the child. So despite them being strict on the rules that the child is supposed to actually follow in a family or in any kind of a setup, they are also open to listen to the children and also be able to negotiate here and there, and then finally come up with a balance on what the child is expected to do. The second type of a parent is the one that is called the authoritarian parent. The authoritarian parent is a parent who will never allow room for negotiation. They always expect to be obeyed. Akisema amesema, it is obey because I have said it, not obey because it is right or it is what is supposed to be done. It is obey because I have said it. When they say you must be at home at 7 p.m, they don't leave a negotiation that maybe that particular time is too early, I need to do this and this before I come back at home. No, it is very strict that I said you have to be at home at this particular time, and the child this leaves the child with no room to actually negotiate their thoughts or to add their input towards that particular kind of a decision. The next type of parenting style is called the permissive parenting style. Hii ni ile ya kababa na kamami. Amemwaga maziwa, kamami usifanye hiyo tena. Amevunja TV, kababa hiyo ni mbaya, usifanye hivyo tena. And then you find that this particular parent is more of a sister, is more of a brother to the child, is more than just a peer to that particular child. So it's like they are so close to the child, they are so caring, they are so concerned about everything that the child is going through, and sometimes they even cry together. This even a parent will even allow the child to do it, not to actually do an assignment for the teacher because they feel that it is too much. They can be able to like reason and feel like this teacher is even becoming a bother to my child. And in one of the other, sometimes they even allow their children to just sleep or even miss school because of the extent to which they are caring or even are concerned about everything that the child is going through. The last type of parenting style is called neglective parenting style. Hawa ni wale wazazi ni don't care. Mtoto akule asikule, alale asilale, mahali atalala, they are never concerned about anything. And therefore if you are able to, when now you understand the 4 parenting styles, it is now possible to be able to determine what type of a parent now can be called amekalia, wale watoto ambao wamekaliwa. It depends with the kind of parents that they have. So if you are an authoritative or authoritarian type of a parent, the effect on the children perception or the perception of these children is that tumekaliwa, and you cannot be able to change that. Na pia wale wengine ambao wako na parents ambao ni neglective or even neglective or permissive, they also think that this particular child amekaliwa for one reason or another. And the question is, how do you address? Because sometimes you try your best to balance between being an authoritarian, authoritative. Sometimes you want to also understand your child, but then I want to believe that no parent wants to become a neglective type of a parent. And therefore it's important for each and every parent to ask themselves, where do I strike balance between being a parent that is permissive? I can listen to my child, I can give my child freedom, though with some limit, and also sometimes where to actually be an authoritarian and say this is what is supposed to be followed. And because for today's topic I want us to speak about kukaliwa na kukaziwa. Nitasema that you cannot be able to change the perception of other children about your child. Kuna wale ambao wanasikia ni kama umekalia mtoto wako, na hata huyo mtoto wakati anaenda huko nje anasikianga ni kama nimekaliwa na baba ama nimekaliwa na dadi. So swali tunafaa kuwa tunajiuliza ni huyu mtoto anaweza saidika, huyu mtoto amepotea? Because sometimes anaweza fika to a point na feel like I just want to neglect, I want to just have my way, I just want to abandon, I want to just chant my way out of this. So before ifike pale ni mzuri tujiulize, is there a way that we can be able to help this particular child overcome the perception of others about them? Kwa sababu sometimes it really pins them down, wakati wengine they are enjoying a lot and they are just having fun all over, but then huyu wako ni kama sometimes anakuwa hapati chance ya kwenda nje. Therefore it's important for you to keep on asking yourself, what is the impact, or how do I address this particular issue? Niseme namna hii, na ninasema hivi kwa sababu hata kuna watoto labda ambao wanasikiza, si wazazi peke yake. Kila wakati utasikia watoto wanasema mtu amekaliwa. Kila wakati utasikia somebody or your friends wanasema ya kwamba we umekaliwa. It is important for you to understand that what that means is that you have parents who are caring. Uko na wazazi ambao wako concerned about your welfare. They are concerned about where your life is getting. They are concerned about your actions. They are concerned about where you sleep. They are concerned about what you eat. They are concerned about what you find in your mind. Kwa sababu sometimes watakataa hata ukuwe na hiyo simu yako. Watakataa, watasema utatumia hii simu, shika hii simu, lakini isipite saa 2 ama saa 3 usiku. At that particular time you should be doing something different. And then therefore now brings us to a question on now that mtoto anajihisi amekaliwa na wengine wanafeel ni kama amekaliwa, na kweli amekaliwa. Na tunasema kukaliwa ni kumaanisha uko na wazazi ambao wako concerned about you. Uko na wazazi ambao wako concerned about your welfare. Uko na wazazi ambao wanataka kujua what is happening with your life at any given time of life. And with that understanding, mzazi, one of the things that you will not be able to change is that you can't be able to change others to make them feel that huyu mtoto wako hujamkalia ni ati unampenda ama you are concerned about their welfare. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri mzazi kuelewa kwanza, utahitajika sana kuelezea mtoto some of the decisions that you're making for them. Wakati unasema ya kwamba sleep at 9, before 9 you're supposed to be in your bed. Don't just leave it there. Elezea huyu mtoto kwa sababu ni sababu gani na kufanya wewe umwambie by 9 anafaa kuwa amelala, because if you don't do that, ataenda huko nje na atapatana na wale watamwambia sisi hatulalangi, tunalalanga hadi saa 6, na watampatia every reason, and this child will feel like if the parent did not explain to me why I'm supposed to be on my bed at 9, then it's like they are not concerned about me. Wamenikalia, wako na probably there are things they don't just want me happy. Hawataki kuona mimi nimefurahi, and that is the perception that they have. So as you try to give them this kind of rules, don't be that kind of a parent that will just give the children the rules without explaining to them why you are giving them those kind of rules. Number 2, you want to speak about huyu mtoto na wewe wakati unaenda huko nje na unaambiwa umekaliwa. It is important for you to know that umekaliwa si kukaliwa ama kukaziwa. Hiyo inaitwa kuchungwa. It is because somebody will shield, somebody will protect what they love. Nitakwambia uingie kwa nyumba before 7 ni kwa sababu sitaki giza ikupate huko nje, not because I hate you. It is because I know what can happen, and sometimes you can find yourself into a mess. You can find yourself into things that probably you didn't anticipate, you didn't expect to happen, but then I'm sure and I'm at peace when I can see you around, and when I'm your parent and I can see you at home at 7, I'm sure that my child is safe. So that kind of uncertainty is what we try to avoid as parents, and by that we appear like we are authoritative or we are authoritarian. And even the society, I think it is the early time now the society starts to pull up their socks on even being objective on what they feed their children with, kwa sababu kuna yule mwenye atakuwa concerned about their children, kuna mwingine mwenye hatakuwa concerned about their child. Now watoto at the end, at one point or another, they will meet na watakuwa pamoja. So how do you ensure that your child is safe even in that kind of an environment that is polluted, a kind of an environment that iko na kila aina ya mtu? Kwa hivyo kuelezea mtoto na kuwa intentional in explaining to the child the reason as to why you are giving them kind of rules, I think it's something that is very important. It's something that every parent needs to embrace. When you're leaving that home in the morning at 7 and you're telling them, I want you to clean this house, I want you to clean the compound, I want you to ensure that by this particular time you've done this and this, can you be able to also begin to explain to the child the reason as to why you're telling them such kind of things, the reason as to why unamwambia leo utajifulia nguo, utafuliwa na bochi, kwa nini? Try to explain to the child. Sometimes it may become difficult, but then you must be able to overcome that, to come to a point whereby you can be able to give reason as to why you are giving every instruction to your child. Otherwise, utampatia for some time, atakuwa na obey, but then later in life, a moment may come whereby now you are not in control. And when finally you are not in control, what will happen to the child? You lose touch with them. They become whatever they want to become, and that will be their time now to explore. Unasikia unaachilia mtoto sasa ndiye anaingia university ama anaingia form 2, you are like umeshikilia moyo wako because they are no longer within your reach. So don't wait until that moment comes. Begin to ensure that you are able to talk to the child, you are able to move with the child understands the reason as to why you set every rule for them. By that you become a very successful parent, and even when you are releasing them to the world, you are satisfied that my child knows what is right and knows why it is right. I think that's good for today. Until next time, I remain Mwalimu Sam Nyamu. God bless you.